Hello, YouTube. Deranged clown here. I guess my hair is kind of deranged. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I could keep on with the clown jokes, but I'm not going to. Perhaps I ought to just, kind of not be gross when I do these videos. But I just want to do a quick little video here. It may be a short. It may not be. I don't know. I'll just have to see how it... I will just have to see how it turns out. So, it seems like there is a national pastime that has developed where everyone's calling everyone a narcissist or a malcontent or, this or that or whatever pejorative you can think of. And it seems like there's a lot of name calling, a lot of fake, just ill-informed, ill-advised, stupid, diagnoses or, I saw this on YouTube. I saw this on TikTok. I don't use TikTok, by the way. But, I know it's true. And my friend said. And so, I've been thinking about that. And I think it would be really hard on someone who's a neutral third-party observer. Because what they're seeing is two bellicose participants arguing using pejorative names for each other. And I guess the point of my video is to help them out. And one of the things I've noticed, because I do a lot of documentation, I analyze things extensively, I look for trends, patterns, behavioral traits, when they start, when they stop, wording, language that's used, etc. and etc. And one of the big things that stands out to me is a malcontent will not accept what an ecclesiastical, administrative, or civil authority says. Because I think it's only a matter of time if a dispute breaks out where someone's going to go running to an authority. They may be ecclesiastical, they may be civil, they may be an administrative authority, but regardless, they go running to some kind of person in charge and they say, I saw this, so therefore I'm reporting it. I've done it. Others have done it. I think the defining characteristic, though, that would separate a malcontent from someone who just wants to be left alone is simply this. Does the person reporting what they saw, do they accept the decision of the authority that they've reported to? Do they accept the decision of the ecclesiastical authority, or the administrative authority, or the civil authority? Or do they keep trying to get what they want despite having been told by the authorities that they've talked to that, you're up in the night, etc., etc. Do they keep pushing? I know I have seen a lot of people who have reported stuff, it's gone nowhere, and they keep pushing. To me, that's arrogance. That is, I wouldn't say narcissism, but I would say that's a narcissistic trait. Because a narcissistic trait is they have a monopoly on the truth and everything that's right and good and blah, blah, blah. Now, myself, I have reported things to authorities. And quite frankly, a few times, well, there's been more than one. There's been times where they've told me, you're up in the night, no. And that's hard. It is. It's a really bitter pill to swallow. But I've just consoled myself by saying, well, you know what? That's what they said. That's the decision that was reached. That's fine. My diligence is done. If they reach out to me, again, maybe something else happens and they come back to me and they say, hey, can you answer a few questions for us? we saw you've already filed this complaint. Do you want to clarify a few points on that complaint? We've had further information. And if and if that's the case, I would not only answer all the questions, but I would bring documentation. If maybe someone were to say, would you be willing to testify in court? Hint, hint. Well, not so subtle hint. Not so subtle hint. If they were to say, would you testify in court against someone, they would get half of the sentence out before I would be saying, please, I want to, let me testify. I want to, get me with those lawyers and the DA and let me testify. Please, I want to testify. And they'd have to tell me to calm down and make the decision on if I can or can't testify. So, bottom line, if you have two people who are in a bellicose quarrel, and one of them says to an authority, I see this, and the authority says no. And if that person says, well, okay, I did my diligence, it's too bad, it's a hard thing to deal with, but yeah, well, I tried, then that's not the belligerent one. The belligerent one is the one who's told no, and then they say, okay, well, I'm going to use indirect methods. I'm going to sneak around. I'm going to use networking to get what I want, because they don't know what they're talking about, but I'll still get what I want. That's when you got to watch out for. That's the psychopath. So in the comments, just let me know what you think. All right, bye.